Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another edition of Card Blitz, episode number 21. I'm Kelly Reed, your host, with my good friend Patrick Marshall. Patrick, how's it going, man?
20, are we? Can we legally do something? We're 21 now.
Uh,
Awesome!
we got 21 of these things going on, man, and
Wow, Kelly, good
we're, we're
job.
we're finally legal and adults.
Kelly, good job.
Hey,
Uh,
maybe we can do some more voting and stuff, right?
yeah, that's right. That sounds cool, man. How's everything going there in Dallas?
Dude, it has been busy, busy. I went to a couple of card shows.
Yeah, tell me
Uh,
about that. I heard about you told me over the weekend.
Yeah, yeah. Dallas Card Show had like a little pop-up show that I stopped by and checked out over in Frisco, and I picked up a card or two, which I'll be happy to show off later and show and tell. And then Rich Klein, Uncle Rich, he had his a dot
Uncle Rich.
show. Yeah, Uncle Rich, man, he had his little show going on, and dude, it was cool. Good conversation, good dealers. Both shows were really it was interesting because one piggybacked on the other, no conflict. Everything went real smooth for everybody.
Okay, that's cool. Did you say that one was like what was like Pokemon heavy or something like that, and then one like
Yeah, Dallas Card Show was definitely very Pokemon heavy.
wow,
I
that's
would say,
impressive still.
oh, dude, it was like 70-30.
Wow. Okay.
Pokemon to sports in there. And hey, nothing. I'm not knocking Pokemon. I mean, dude, like
Yeah,
that's the rage for a lot of folks, and
it's
that's
keep
their
the activity
hobby.
alive,
So be
Kelly.
it.
That's what it
Hey,
is. Yeah.
speaking of Patrick, we need to find maybe put out our feelers, see if we can find some Pokemon experts and have them on as guests, and we can learn about Pokemon.
I'm
And
not opposed to that at all. I mean, if you want a 9-year-old on, I can bring my son on here, but maybe we need to get somebody who's got a little
well, remember, now that we're 21, we need to hang out with adults. So, well, we'll
correct.
we'll do that part. But
You have to have a certain
eventually,
level. Yeah, we're 21 now.
exactly, exactly. So we'll keep that fine line, dude.
Good. I like that.
Uh,
That's well said.
but yeah, like I said, the Dallas Card Show had a lot of new ultra modern stuff, but there were some dealers with some of the vintage stuff too, and so that was a nice mix. And then Rich's show was I felt was a smorgasbord of everything out there.
Wow.
A
Okay.
couple of ultra modern, a couple of vintage, and a lot of in between, man. With like
Well,
oddball stuff, knickknacks, tchotchkes, and
are
interesting.
are you talking like Kellogg's cards and like rare stuff, like TCG stuff, like bizarre stuff, or what? Just
Yeah,
like
just different stuff, man. It was like, all right, like a 1965 Topps baseball box, no
well,
cards, but just the box, and
yes, no, I was going to say like stuff like where like there's old sets that are like 75 top set. Buy it now. You're like, wow, stuff like that's cool. That dealers will bring that stuff out.
oh, definitely. And like Rich said, though, his show's kind of the it's the collector friendly edition. And Dallas Card Show, I mean, definitely, they had their thing going on and it was cool. But I felt like it was kind of slanted more towards the Pokemon side. And again, that's the hot commodity in the market these days for card collectors.
Well, let me ask you, what about autographs? Did you see lots of autographs there at all, or at least a little bit, or something
At
like
both
that?
shows, yeah, there was some. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely. It's just whether or not do you want it authenticated? Do you want them raw? Just buyer beware,
okay,
and you buy what you like.
yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Definitely, man. So, you want to talk for a quick minute on like this hockey thing? Because my Dallas Stars, our Dallas Stars, man,
D-
ain't
uh,
looking pretty, dude.
I've been watching, like, okay, anyone who's got kids, they put them to bed, they sit down on the couch and go, all right, what's going? Put on the Stars. Oh, it's great. They're in the playoffs. They're down 3-1. I am not enjoying what's happening here. The Stars last night, I think they outshot on goal Florida maybe by 30%, and they couldn't take the win. So I
Against
was not I
Edmonton,
was
against
not
the
pleased.
Oilers.
Edmonton Oilers,
Yeah,
correct.
dude. I mean, other than that brief flurry of six goals in the third period in Game One, it's been hard for them.
But mind you, Edmonton's the second largest city in Alberta. They're very proud of their hockey team, besides Calgary. That's a huge area. I think it's like a 5 million like person radius that are fans. I mean, they're hungry for a win as well. I don't blame them. I mean,
Yeah,
they
but
have a good team.
it's the players that are on the ice, not the
But
fans.
Connor McDavid is awesome. I mean, and I was happy to see Robertson back for the Stars. He scored a goal last night. I mean, he's been out for the first
Yeah,
round of the playoffs, but he scored like 6 goals now, and so it's nice to see Seguin come back and all these guys connect, but they couldn't get it done, and I don't know. I'm just hoping that they can pull it off. I mean, I don't know if they can.
well, I heard either way they're going to make history. Either they're going to come back from 3-1 and make history and get to the finals, or they're going to be the first team in NHL history to go to the Western Conference Finals like 3 years in a row and not
Yes,
make it to the Cup
dude, it's almost
Finals.
like a Buffalo Bills dynasty, man, in football. I mean, the Stars are really, really good, but they're not. eh, You know
They got to
that
get
that
over the hump, man.
yeah, they do.
Tomorrow night begins that for our Dallas Stars, right?
I'd agree. Hey, Kelly, let's talk about basketball too, man.
Dude, World
NBA
Series?
conference finals are going on. I mean, dude, okay, the team that
Dude.
okay, so living in Dallas and born and raised in Houston, Oklahoma City had a team one day back in the day, and they were up 3-1 on Minnesota. I'm like, Oklahoma City should not have a team, but I'm just biased. I hate to say it, but there was a huge game on Monday where they came back and won like 128 to 126. And I really thought Minnesota would come back and even at 2-2, but it's 3-1 Oklahoma City. So I could see that going to Oklahoma City's got a lot of young talent. And on the flip side, Indiana is almost like Oklahoma City. You're like, okay, we have the Bulls. We got these huge teams within close proximity of Indiana, and Indiana is winning and Oklahoma City's winning. So it's like it's probably destined to be like a small market battle.
The Midwest, the battle for
Yeah,
the Midwest
totally,
title.
man. It's a small market battle, which is great for basketball, great for the sport, more fans. But
I think New York City might have a lot more fans than the Midwest combined.
well, I'm hoping but New York City's down 3-1, Kelly. So
I know, man. I'm
yeah,
shocked. Dude, look,
it's not
I
looking
was going with
good.
the Celtics, and the Pacers took care of the Celtics.
Well, I think the NBA goes, wait a second, the Celtics lost. How'd that happen? Oh, wait, it's New York? Okay, we're good. We'll get behind Ben Stiller and we'll get behind these guys. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? This guy named Halliburton, who no one knows about in the whole league, or they know about in the
They
league, but
know
no one
about him
knows
now,
about
dude.
in
He's
the
on
United
fire,
States.
man.
The guy is legit. So I don't know. He's a stud.
Yeah, well, we'll find out in just in short order before our next episode comes out.
Correct. Yeah, we will. Yeah.
But like you said, it looks like it's gonna be a Thunder Pacers matchup. Who you gonna go with, man?
I'm going to go Indiana. I think the defense, the stoutness of Indiana, I think it's unique. I think Oklahoma City has two studs on their team that can score. I mean, dude, they scored like 74 points like last game to combine. That's not going to happen all the time. You can't maintain that level. So I think the pride of basketball goes back to Indiana. Just saying. I have no idea.
We'll see if the crossroads of America, if that's what happens there, right?
I
So,
think so. I think it goes back to Indiana. Indiana's like, what? Because, I mean, back-to-back Eastern Conference finals for them. It's amazing. It's pretty impressive.
well, we'll see, man. We'll see. So, what else you want to get into, man? What else is new? World of Cards and CardBlitz and
You know, there's one guy whose birthday is today. Do you want to do the happy birthday?
yeah, why not, man?
Let's do it. So this guy, I mean, it's a man.
Are you giving us the body language?
I am. If anyone can guess this, as our viewers, I mean, if you know this,
You're not 21
let's
enough.
brum, brum, brum. Mr. Kirk Gibson turned 68 today.
All right.
There's a reflection right there. I'm sorry,
No, that's
but
all good, man.
but you know this
81
this
Topps
19
baseball, man.
this 1981's card. I think this 81 card was kind of forgotten about in the set. Like Kirk Gibson, who's that guy? Well, let me tell you, this guy turned out to be a stud. He's not going to put up the huge numbers as all the other All Stars that have been in the league, but this guy, when you wanted him to win, he would always win. So I kind of respected him for that. But I grew up in Houston. I didn't really know anything about the Detroit Tigers,
Right.
but Kirk. I mean, happy 68th birthday, Kirk Gibson. I mean, basically, it's cool.
Well,
Cool.
I mean, he did pull off, like you said, rose to the occasion. World Series winner, not once, but twice.
That Dodgers game was crazy.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Like dramatic scenarios in both, right? I mean, in '84, do you remember who he hit his game-winning home run off of?
Dennis Eckersley.
No, '84.
Oh, 88 was Dennis Eckersley. Yeah.
Yes, '88 was Athletics and Dodgers.
84. Let me see. Let me think. Hershiser.
Tigers, Tigers and the Padres of San
Padres.
Diego.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and their closer was a guy named Goose Gossage
Oh, still in 84?
in '84. Yeah.
Wow.
Remember,
When
he was with wasn't yeah he was with the Padres in '84, and he gave up apparently the what ended up being like the Game 5 home run to Gibson there.
wow, it wasn't Hoffman or by then. I mean, that's
It was in the '90s, man.
well, but still, I mean, I don't. I think of Padres closers. I mean, Gossage rocked for like 20 years.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Gossage he had a tour of MLB.
I
Not all
mean,
those pitchers did, man. Oh,
amazing
day.
career. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I remember Eckersley throwing that little like slider that went over, and like Kirk Gibson was injured. He could only pinch hit. He couldn't play the field, and went. Ugh, and had enough strength to knock it over the fence. I was like, it was amazing.
It was a little home run limp slash trot slash limp
I
all
mean,
down the
dude,
bases.
I would be surprised if Kirk Gibson could walk today normally. I mean, after all that,
Well, dude, another thing I had learned doing some research on him was I didn't know that he was like a college football player coming up.
that wouldn't surprise me though. With his
Yeah,
mentality.
he was a wide receiver. Yeah,
Okay.
for Michigan State, he was a Spartan.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah,
so
and
he's a
like the
Michigan
head
guy.
football coach was like, do me a favor, try out for baseball too. Help
So
out the
he's a
team.
Michigan guy through and through. He was
Yeah,
Waterford, Michigan. Cool,
yeah,
man. I did not know that.
yeah, and apparently he's in
He was
the
born in Pontiac. So,
Gibson made it to the College Football Hall of Fame.
wow.
Dude,
Kelly,
yeah,
that's good stuff, dude.
yeah, man, he helped the Spartans get a co-title that year with in the Big Ten,
Wow.
his last year, and so yeah, then he did the baseball thing, and he had something like 48 games and he hit something like 16 home runs, like every third game he was going yard, and he got taken in the first round by your Detroit Tigers.
Isn't that amazing how like a guy could go, okay, I want to do football or baseball. I'm a talented athlete or basketball, and goes, well, I'll do baseball because it won't hurt my knees. I won't be worn out like football will pound my body. And then he goes into baseball, has
Dude,
a great career, and his knees and whatever get pounded already.
dude, when
So,
I think of players like that, Tony Gwynn, Dave Winfield. Remember, I got the Dave
Dave
Winfield
Winfield,
rookie card.
he could have done anything.
Dude, yeah, athlete's an athlete, man, and it shows like kids growing up, they need to play as many different sports as they can and just be versatile, be athletic, and learn.
I agree. That's cool, man. I like Kirk Gibson. I mean, I have nothing against that guy. He's
Yeah.
good.
Well, let me show off some cards real quick, man.
Go
Uh,
for it, man.
one of the cool cards I got at the Dallas card show was this one, man, the little pop-up show. I couldn't say no to this 1976 Babe Ruth card, man.
Oh yeah, I remember that insert.
All-time
Or,
greats,
or
Babe
the
Ruth.
uh the run of those. That's good.
Yeah, man. And then on the back though,
Is it crisp on the corners?
yeah, yeah, it's pretty crisp.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty good looking card, man. And so, but I was looking at the back, it had all the stats and stuff for Babe Ruth. And I had no idea, but in 1935 he played for the Boston Braves.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, so he came up with the Red Sox, played with the Yankees, and then he had one last swan song season with the Braves.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
dude, yeah. So baseball cards. Enjoy the fronts and the backs. You'll learn
No,
things.
well, I mean, I mean, just a tidbit. I got passionate about collecting because of the backs of the cards. Reading the stats, I go, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
How's that possible? He had 14 triples in 400 at bats. That's amazing. Those kind of things.
And a guy like you was, you're able to figure out like the percentages and what,
Oh yeah. No,
stats.
not
Yeah.
numbers dominated my youth, and they still do now. Yes, absolutely.
So, Youth of America, go ahead and start enjoying your backs of your baseball cards and football cards and
Correct.
basketball
And
cards
start
and learn,
memorizing this
yeah,
information. It'll
learn some
carry you
stats.
far.
Well, a card I picked up over at Rich's show, which man, I was happy to pick up is this one here, man. This 1974 Tom Seaver card, man.
Oh, I love that card. That's a great card,
It's
dude.
it's a classic, man. With him with the follow through on his pitch.
Is that an all-star card or is that just a normal
No,
standard card?
just
Like a
a normal
400
standard
series?
card.
Like a 400 series or something like that? I mean, that's sweet.
It's card number 80.
Oh, 80. Wow. Cool,
Yeah,
man.
so in series one, but just the way they took advantage of the horizontal layout and it looks good, man.
Yeah.
Like, I need a Tom Seaver card, and this is a great looking Tom Seaver card. So that's why I picked up at Rich's show. And then in the mail,
Ooh,
this guy, I completed
mail call.
mail call. I completed my 1970 Topps football set with none
You
other than
completed it?
completed it. This is the last card I needed, man. Gene Hickerson. No,
Nice.
yes. Well,
Let me guess. He's from Duluth, Georgia. I'm just guessing.
he's from Mississippi.
Oh, I was close, man.
Close, man. Yeah, he's in the SEC. But the thing about Hickerson, man, like he was like a really strong, fast guard, pulling guard. He would be the
Yeah.
guy that would like kick out for Jim Brown and Leroy Kelly and our very own Greg Moeller. He does this thing. He writes and he does these articles called card comments about football players.
Okay.
And his article on Gene Hickerson, it's tragic, it's sad, and when you see Gene Hickerson's Pro Football Hall of Fame induction in Canton, it man, it'll put you on edge.
Is he a Hall of Famer? He is a
Yes,
Hall of Famer? Okay.
yes, his shining moment, and he has no idea where he's at, Patrick. It's
Oh, dude.
sad,
Yeah,
man.
I'm sorry. I was thinking maybe he could have been an H back. He could have been like if he's
Dude,
that talented, he's probably the size where he could have caught passes.
dude, could have been, but no. Paul Brown said, we're going to go ahead and make you a pulling guard and lead the way for running backs, and that's what he did, man. But he was a massive human being, but really
But
strong and fast.
well, that's his legacy. He pulled. He
He would
twisted the
kick out,
lines.
dude.
He led for Jim Brown, who was who was bigger than he was. I'm sure.
Dude. Jim Brown told Leroy Kelly, like, "Hey, you want
Yeah.
to be successful? Follow Gene Hickerson."
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Is that a quote? I mean, we could.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that should be something we put on our cars, dude. I mean, it's awesome.
Where are you going? Follow Gene Hickerson. He leads the way, man.
Yeah. So
So
in life, son, if there's anything you do, follow Gene Hickerson. Who's that, Dad? You'll figure it out. If you do the right thing, you'll figure it out.
you're a running back. You have a pulling guard that's able to get out there and demolish linebackers and secondary guys like cornerbacks. Yeah, you'll be all right, dude.
And back in those days, they had some really, really, really good linebackers. So
Well, hey, man. Like I said, though, definitely check out like the it's on YouTube. This Gene Hickerson piece. It's
that's cool.
a little movie, man. But definitely got to give props to him and give him his respect and due because he certainly earned it and he embodied like that mentality back in the '60s.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like that was just a well run. I mean, those teams back there, the Packers, the Browns. I mean, the Bears. I mean, they're just fundamentally sound teams. So
Definitely. So you got any
right.
cards on your end, man?
Okay, I want to talk about something that we discussed. I mean, we're talking about the '84 Donruss set, which is, I mean, when Kelly talked about, hey, do you want to do something about that? I'm like, are you kidding me? When I first
I'm
started
excited.
collecting
I
cards,
want to learn from you, Patrick.
when I
So
first started collecting cards back in '85, '86, the '84 Donruss set was difficult and hard to find. I'm going to tell you, it's 660 cards in the set. And the only place I could find them when I grew up in Houston was Eckerd's Pharmacy, which is no longer Eckerd's, it's CVS or something like that now. And you'd find them in the back row in the very hidden underneath next to the like the 85 Fleer or 84 Fleer, whatever. I mean, they would be like left over because no one liked
The
them.
previous year, yeah.
Yeah, the previous year, but they were so unique and rare that you just find them hidden. And grocery stores. So there's a grocery store in the Woodlands where I grew up in Houston called Jamal's grocery store, and they're been Houston since 1905. They had 84 Donruss, which is really cool. I don't know anything different besides that, but when I got them, it was special and it was really cool. And I've got some cards to share because I thought, I mean,
Well,
these cards
hey,
are awesome.
before you even show your first one, was there
Sure,
like
man.
a chase that you were going for in '85, like from that to know, like, hey, I needed to buy that previous year, or was it just baseball cards? I love them, buy them up, or
No, I was like enthralled. Like, okay, the '83 Tony Gwynn rookie, I couldn't get it back then. I couldn't find it. So if I could get the '84 Donruss Tony
Mhm.
Gwynn, it was awesome.
A second year
Well,
card, you'd be
yeah,
happy.
the second I was a second year card chaser,
Oh,
and I
okay.
would put them proudly in my collection. I'd be like, wow, this is great. But of course, the ultimate card was the Don Mattingly. The '84 Donruss Don Mattingly was the card to get, and you could not find it anywhere. You couldn't pull it from a pack, it seemed.
Hmm. And you went through
So
a lot of packs, right?
yeah, I mean, I didn't have a chance to get many packs, but um, if I wanted to get a pack of '84 Donruss, I wanted to pull the Mattingly. I
Okay.
wanted to pull the Daryl Strawberry because he was huge back then. I wanted to pull, of course, Tony Gwynn, Ricky Henderson. But then you start getting guys like Mike Schmidt and George Brett. All those cards were great.
Star players, though.
Cal Ripken was 1 year off his rookie, so it was pretty cool. But where I want to lead is like I want to start off with what made the '84 Donruss set really, really cool for '84 Donruss and for the
Show and
Donruss
tell, dude. Show and tell, man.
is they came out what's called the Rated Rookie. And in '84, Donruss came out the Rated Rookie, and this started the trend, and they still have it today,
All right.
which is really, really cool. So if you got a Rated Rookie card, you'd be going through the packs going, okay, what's good? Are you kidding me? I got a Joe Carter Rated Rookie. Dude, that's awesome. This is great. I got the Ron Darling before that. That's awesome. But my favorite player, and I'm from Houston, so I don't know why is my favorite player, but I just love the way these guys operated, was the Pirates outfield. Barry Bonds, Bob Bonilla, and Andy Van Slyke. And Andy Van Slyke's rookie was in '84. And I love this is my
Greatness.
this is my prize card, Kelly. When I got this, I was so excited about that.
Dude, how many Andy Vance like 84 Donruss cards do you think you have?
That's it. I have one.
One.
Kelly, I went through my cards. I was shocked. I thought I had like two or three of those. No, I did not.
So that's the
And
treasure. That's
yeah.
one of those keepsakes.
And I think our viewers will really like this. This was a chase card,
Oh, that's a
the
sweet card.
the Don Mattingly. But look at my case. I have not taken out of this case in 30 something years. It's been in this case the whole time.
Dude,
So I'm afraid to touch it, but I mean, this was the card. I mean, Don Mattingly was the man back then. I mean, he's the man still. He's a stud.
is the Mattingly card the chase card you feel in the 84
I
Donruss
do.
set?
I do. I mean, I'm glad you said that. I did a little research, and the PSA Mattingly's go for about $3,300, $3,500 each.
For what?
PSA 10.
A 10. Okay, that's like good gravy,
A
man.
PSA 10. A PSA 9, I'm shocked, goes for like $300. So
Because
if you
not
want
as
to get a
common. They're
if
not
you, if
common.
you want to get a piece of the action and you want to get a PSA 9 and put it away for like 20 years, I totally believe. I mean, go for it. But the PSA 10 in these cards is pretty unique because I think this is one of the first years where we started seeing like, Donruss came out, but I think it has to be really crisp on the front. On
Hmm.
the back, the corners are usually good for these cards, but the centering, it could be hit or miss, maybe like a 70-30, 80-20 or something. I mean, is horrible, but if you had a 60-40 or 50-50, the PSA 10's got to be 50-50, I think. So,
Well, they just tightened up their grading policy on centering. I heard it's now 55-45.
oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, they've become even more strict over at PSA on centering. And Beckett, Beckett's always been pretty tough, I think, on centering.
But I was able to get
So is
this guy,
FTC. Look at that
too,
strawberry.
man. Get my little strawberry.
Is that his rookie? Daryl
Yeah,
Strawberries.
yeah.
Dude,
And yeah, I have three of his tops cards, but I have one Fleer and like one Donruss, and I'm like, I put it in these. Look, see the same case as 30 years ago, which is cool.
the design
But
of it. Well, tell me what you liked about the design.
yes, the best thing about design is I have a group of cards here. I want to show you like Donruss. Like, real, I think they got closer to the action because my favorite player is Nolan Ryan, and you have Mike Schmidt. I mean, they had a lot of like really unique in action cards. I mean, these are cool guys. I mean, they're more front forward. I just think I love the design of them. I think they're great. And second year players, you know, I mean, like Wade Boggs, second year card of 84 Donruss was a
Yeah.
huge card to get back in the day. This card was probably $25 back in the day. I mean, if you can pick these up in the dollar grab box at your local card show, do it. I'll do it all day long.
And the value boxes try to scoop them up. All right.
Yeah, I would totally do that. And then even like, even our man that we just talked about last week, Pete Rose.
Yes.
I mean,
They hustle there. Yeah.
I'd
That's
be
a sweet
surprised
looking card too, man.
he had he had an off year that year. So, but I mean, it's
An
still a
off
cool
year.
card. Yeah.
He only had 100 plus hits, man.
But this is one of my favorite cards ever was so the Ryan Sandberg card. If you're a collector of the early 80s, mid 80s, Ryan Sandberg, Wade Boggs, and Tony Gwynn were the rookie cards getting 83 tops or 83 period. If you got the second year card of the 84 Donruss, I mean, this is a great card to have in your binder. So, did you see the screw down, which people don't
Yeah.
recommend now? But
Well, hey, as long as the card's recessed in there, you should be good.
but this card has not like had this has not smelt anything or had oxygen touch it in like 35, 40 years. That's for a long time.
Classic
So
keepers, man.
yeah, but I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I saw one of these. Not to show off all the 84 dollars, but I saw one of these graded like a PSA 8 or 9, going
Hmm.
for like $300, like a Ricky Henderson, dude, which is
Yeah,
pretty cool. I thought it was great.
dude,
So
I think they're sweet looking cards. I don't have any myself. I was not collecting an 84, but that motivates me to get some of those key cards just to have in my collection and go, look at this design, look at the layout, look at these great players back in the day, and
yeah. Well,
the impact, is part of that big change, man, with competition, and they stepped up their game that year.
yeah, don't get me wrong. The 84 top set, I love that set as well.
I like that
Yeah,
design too.
I love that set. 84 Fleer was like, so.
Definitely, dude,
The
John
white
Russ
and
and
the
Tops,
blue,
definitely
the
one
white
A,
and the
one
blue
B.
get faded over time. I just don't think it's the greatest concept. But if you can get an 84 Donruss factory set, I mean, if you get like just a regular set, it's probably like 700, 800 bucks.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Like I said, man, maybe get some of those key cards though.
And I think that's correct because there's so many good cards. I would value it at like 700 bucks.
All right.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool. And these cards are not going to be found everywhere. So if you find them in a grab box or something like that, or dollar box, I mean, you're probably not going to find very many of them. Even a Raleigh Fingers or a Goose Gossage, like you remembered earlier.
Hmm.
So, which is pretty cool. But
Well, one of these
yeah,
days, you have to dig out your Reggie Jackson for me and Don Russ 84. I'd like to see how that card's,
I looked. I don't think I have it.
dude.
I was shocked. I
I
was like,
love I love some Reggie Jackson, man. Well, hey, let me stump you real quick before we get going.
sure, man.
We got a returning guest coming up in a bit, so
Cool.
let's do this the whole stump thing real quick.
All right.
Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. Now, you and I and our audience probably well versed in the card encapsulation game. We're talking like the slabbing of cards.
Yeah.
All right, and so the question here now is PSA. PSA, they are the first company to actually encapsulate or slab a card.
Okay. All right.
So you're gonna have four choices. It's gonna be an A, B, C, or D thing, and
Yeah.
we're trying to figure out what year was the first year that PSA slabbed the card.
Wow.
Is it A, 1990? Is it B, 1991? Is it C, 1992? Or is it D, 1993?
Wow, dude, not much margin of error here.
Well, wait.
Um,
4 consecutive years in a row: 90, 91, 92, 93. A, B,
I'm
C.
going to go with the Blue Label PSA graded minimum count 1991.
You are correct. 1991. That was
Woo!
the first year that PSA actually slabbed a card.
Yeah,
All right. Well, hey, first time ever, a returning guest, and it's none other than Ray from Philly. Ray, what's up, man?
Hi guys, how you doing tonight?
well,
Thanks for having me back again.
yeah. What's up, Ray? How you doing, buddy?
Good, good. Thank you.
Good.
Well, you've been a busy man, Ray, with your newest induction with the Baseball Card Hall of Fame, and I'm all ears. I want to learn and hear your story.
Well, it was a lot of fun. I tell you, last year in 2024, we broke all records with how many people voted, and we had 914 votes. And this year is crushed that with 1,300, over 1,300 votes. So it was it was a phenomenal turnout, and a lot of great cards got into the Hall of Fame this year. Some surprises, but not too many surprises.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that was
speaking of
impressive,
surprises,
man. Yeah, that's
yeah,
impressive.
but yeah, well,
Thank you.
what is for going from like 900 plus votes, almost 1,000 to 1,300. What do you think for like class of 2026? You think 10% growth,
I'm
15% growth?
I
1,500,
don't
baby.
know.
Let's go.
I'm hoping. I mean, let's shoot for the stars and try and get 2K. Let's go for 2 grand.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll
Make it
do
a
our
nice round
part,
number.
man.
That
We'll
would
keep
be
hyping it
awesome.
up, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was tremendous. A lot of fun. Everybody had uh it was just nothing but positive feedback. Everybody just loved contributing and participating in this. Uh, the whole point of it also is just to educate people on players that they might not have known about, or even cards. They might have known about the player, but didn't know about this particular card.
Right.
Dr. Beckett, for example, stated to me, which I really took it to heart and was really appreciative of what he said to me, that after it was all over, he says, I got to tell you, there was two cards in this ballot that if it wasn't for this Baseball Card Hall of Fame, a lot of people weren't familiar with these two cards, and that was the 68 Topps 3D Roberto Clemente, even though it didn't get in, but it just missed, and the 1950 Terrace Josh Gibson card. Now all of a sudden, people are like looking for this card. I'm like, wow, coming from Dr. Beckett meant a lot to
Yeah.
me hearing that. So uh, yeah, it's introducing cards that people didn't even know about. Like I gotta be honest with you, I've been collecting for 45 years. I didn't know about the 1950 Terrace Josh Gibson card until it was suggested to me by YouTubers out there and fans out there to be like, hey, put this on the ballot. And then it went on the ballot, and now, you know, people are looking for that card.
Oh yeah,
It's
I was,
Yeah.
just
I was, I was gonna say on my end, the Josh Gibson card. I heard about that. Was it last year with MLB at Rickwood?
yes,
That's when I had read about it, heard about it, and then with them counting the stats for MLB historical
right.
purposes, and I was like, Gibson was a beast. He was a machine, man. I was like, I wanted a
Yeah.
card. I looked it up on eBay, like a simpleton, and you got some deep pockets there, Ray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta have for that card. You better like back up the Brinks truck, to get
Yeah.
that card.
I'm not familiar with that, so now I know, and now
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking at it after this show.
I've never seen one. I mean,
I
uh,
have no idea what you're talking. I mean, it sounds
it's
cool though.
yeah, it's a card that I think that was made down in the
Cuba, right?
Dominican, maybe, so it wasn't
Oh, okay.
distributed up here. Um, and the 68 Topps 3D card, I wasn't familiar with that neither
I,
until
I've
about recently. So it's preserving hobby excellence, it's educating people, and
correct.
it's teaching a lot of fun facts about cards. So
Yeah. Do you feel that like a lot of the older cards that you introduce that get nominated? Do you think that that's driving kind of like the baseball card Hall of Fame, or do you think some of the younger generation is going to jump aboard and push some of those younger cards, the newer cards out as well? Because
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think that
I
is,
think
yeah.
the education is awesome,
Yeah.
but I'm just wondering, I mean, like Ray, well, you got to grow this. I mean, I think it's cool if you can get it to the some of the newer cards that
Yeah.
maybe I'm not familiar with as well. So that'd be kind of neat.
Absolutely. I mean, I do a pre-poll ballot. This year was the first time I did that for people to make a suggestion of a card that they want to see at least get put on the ballot. And yeah, it's growing so much right now that I'm debating on whether I want to just keep it the same or having errors like the actual Hall of Fame does now. I like a more modern era, say from 80 to current, and a vintage era or a golden age era or something
That's
like that. So it's
I
a
could see that.
possibility I might split it up and have at the same time, but be two ballots on one Hall of Fame induction each year. So rather than it's kind of tough to cross over errors if people are voting for, a T206 Walter
Yeah,
Johnson card and they're comparing it to a Dave Parker rookie.
yeah, I
It's,
agree. I
you
agree.
know, so it
I was
might be
wondering how
something
you
like
I was
that.
wondering how you transition to that. That's what I was my
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if I'm gonna split it into a couple different errors next year and have like multiple ballots. This way, it's not a cross generational gap between cards. And the newer cards, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm all for it. The Topps Chrome Traded Ichiro Pujols card did very well this year. Last year was his first year on the ballot, and I think
yeah.
he finished around 30th. This year was top 20, so it's definitely growing up and
Okay,
a
cool.
lot higher. Yeah. And I'm sure people are going to suggest more mono cards, which, it's for the people. It's what they want to see. So if they want to request or suggest cards to be put on the ballot, have at it. It'd be a great idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you thought about maybe doing pre-war, golden age,
Yes.
maybe
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
through like
Yeah.
2000, like 80s to 2000, and then
Yes.
2000 to 2020,
It's exactly what I was thinking of doing, having three
and
hours.
would
Um,
you limit it to like X amount of cards per era per year?
yeah, and right now, like, 10 cards get in each year, and I didn't want it to get watered down and having, in 5 years, I mean, there's 81 cards in the Hall of Fame now, right? So if at this pace in 5 years it'd be 130 some cards, I might just reduce it to five, but error. And I was really thinking of splitting it into three errors. So from say the 1800s to 1930, and then the golden age, which could be the 31 to 79, or and then 80 to modern. Just like how the Hall of Fame used to do four errors a couple years ago. I
Yeah.
think they had the golden age, the new era, new days age, and the modern age, and something else. Four was a little too much, but right now they only do two, and I don't, and that's not enough. So I think three is a sweet spot where
Mhm.
you can really have three sections of the errors, and do it that way.
Yeah.
This way and have it at five and not 10, because then it would really be watered down. Um, Everybody would be voting for any card to get in. I want to make it a little bit tough and not have cards having it that easy to get in, similar to the actual Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a balance. You got to balance.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
I was interested to know, like, I mean, I know that you like chasing some of those older cards, like
Hmm.
Harmon Killebrew,
Right.
guys like that. I mean, I used to be a huge Willie McCovey guy
Yeah, me
back in the
too.
day. When I was a kid, I was like, I just latched onto him, and I've got every single card of his in tops that's been produced, and I'm like,
Awesome.
I was looking at your induction. I was like, going, that'd be kind of cool, like even like a guy like Fred Lynn,
Yeah.
throw him 75 Fred Lynn in,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
I mean,
and I
like, I
tell
mean,
people that all the time. The player doesn't have to be in the actual Hall of Fame. I
yes,
mean, Thurman Munson is in it. Billy Ripken is in the
yeah.
baseball card Hall of
I
Fame.
mean,
So
just the card and what he did that year,
yeah,
like, I mean, Moise Alou, like,
yeah,
I mean, something like that would be really cool. I mean, like, I think people gravitate towards that, so
absolutely.
I like to see some of that.
I agree. I totally agree with that. And people have been suggesting to have a separate wing in the committee to have a I guess you could call them oddity cards or food and beverage cards, like Red Heart and
Oh, okay.
Dandy Chips and um, Seal Test ice cream or whatever, and have a separate wing, and not mix them in with the regular cards, so to
Even the
Like
speak.
your
Kellogg's
Kellogg's
cards.
and
Kellogg's,
I mean,
post
yeah,
cereal,
the hostess cards. Yeah.
Hostess cupcakes. Oh God, I used to.
Do you remember the? Dude,
Yeah.
I probably have like 2 boxes full of Kellogg's cards, and the 3D, the 3D ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great cards. I mean, it's that's what's great about the baseball card Hall of Fame, and there's just it has such a long history and a deep history. I mean, I do the football card Hall of Fame, and pretty soon the basketball card Hall of Fame is going to have its first year, and those have great cards as well. But they only go back so
yeah.
far. The football goes back to the 30s, and same with basketball. With baseball, goes back to the 1800s, and there's so many varieties of different cards. It's just going to go on and on and on.
The Wonder Bread card cannot outdo a 1990 basketball skybox set. I'm sorry. Stick with baseball. Baseball can be cool, man.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It was just shocking. I was a little worried in the first 2 weeks. I had reached about after 3 weeks, I was about 600 votes, and I was wondering if I was even going to pass last year's 914. And then with a lot of YouTubers coming on and having me on, or me being on their channel, and them just doing live ballots on themselves, the last week it doubled. Everybody
yeah.
was just
Oh.
trying to get in to get their votes in, and when I had to look at it twice, I'm like, am I looking at this right? 1,300 votes. I was like,
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool,
it's
man. That's
insane.
good.
no, it's growing, and this is a good thing, Ray. Let's keep
Yeah,
doing this, man.
yeah. It's a lot of fun. And it, to me, the Hall of Fame and baseball cards are just like synonymous. They're like two
Yeah,
things like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together so well. When I came up with this back in 2018, I was always wondering why there wasn't cards in the Hall of Fame. There is now. There's a certain section called, I think, Shoebox Treasures. But back then there wasn't. So I'm like,
okay.
there's got to be cards recognized, and all. You have everything else in the Hall of Fame. Cards have to be a part of it. So.
Yeah. So how does Ray keep it relevant to keep these cards going? I mean, how does this happen? Like, do you just reach out to YouTubers and like fellow guys in the industry like us and say, hey,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah.
okay, look, let's promote
Not
this. And,
just not
okay,
just YouTubers, anybody. Like,
yeah,
remember,
yeah.
anybody can
Or
vote.
the show, yeah, the
Yeah,
show or something like that. Yeah,
anybody can participate. And I try, and a couple weeks or a month before the ballot actually starts, I'll do a video and do a pre-poll ballot, because uh, rather than me picking the cards, I really want to get a lot of people, because I could miss so much. I'm only one person, so I
yeah,
really ask for a lot of people's help and say, you got 2 weeks, 3 weeks to submit to me through the website, thebaseballcardhof.com. Submit through the website and send me a request of cards in there. And even explain to me why, like, just so there's cards I might not know about, or and give me like an explanation. Just not have to be a paragraph, just like a line or two, and say,
yeah,
hey, take a look. And I've had people doing suggestions during this actual ballot this year that I've already written down a full page already, and we're not even at next year's ballot. And just be this
It's
should be on the ballot. I'm like, okay,
Well, you're going for 2,000. That's fine. It's no
yeah,
problem.
it's yeah. I can only imagine where this is gonna go. It's just I'm hoping PSA is watching and we can create this as a set registry. I already put in
Yes, that'd be
the
awesome.
request, and they acknowledged that they got my request. How long it's going to take, who knows? Hopefully not that
It's
long,
really
but
you could be like Andrew Dufresne on Shawshank. It could take
it
31 years. I'm
could
sorry,
take
but
you
maybe
you
you have
know
no
what?
idea.
You're probably right. I could probably have 200 cards in here by then, and
right.
I would like to
Let's
see
hope it
this
doesn't
get.
take that long.
I would love to see this into a set registry. I would love to even create a book about this as well, and
Oh,
that would be
that would be
fun.
really cool,
Yeah,
actually. Illustrated book. I
yeah.
like that. That's a
Just
great idea.
similar to the 300 Great Cards by Mike Payne. I just want
Yes. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
baseball card Hall of Fame book, and just have a picture of each card and a little synopsis of the
Yeah.
card on there. And it's just that'll be, mind-boggling to me.
Well, think of all the cards that have been discovered since that came out. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, seriously. I mean,
Ichiro, Pujols, Trout, tons.
Yeah.
you know, and refractors and certain kinds of autograph cards, and those are going to be
Well, the Reggie
acknowledged
Jackson
too.
card, the Reggie,
Yeah,
yeah, there you go.
the Reggie Jackson. People didn't even. There were some people like that didn't even like. Why is that on there? I'm like, that's the first chase card. That was the first autograph pack pull
And
card.
actually, Kelly educated me on that. I'm like, well, are you serious? Is that
Yeah,
really? I'm like, wow. Okay.
I
Cool.
remember that
Historically
like
significant card.
yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
nice card. Yeah, they did a whole series. There's Hank Aaron, Ted Williams, but Reggie Jackson was picked for this Hall of Fame, and it did really well this year and got in. And now I'm looking for the card, and
Yeah.
Good
Right.
luck.
it's an awesome card. And I just remember when the packs came out. I mean, it was like one in a case that you would find.
Oh,
There's
is
only
that what it was?
2,000.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's only 2,500 of those
Ooh.
cards. So that's not a lot. It sounds like a lot, but that's really not a
That's not
lot.
a lot at all, man.
No.
That's pretty cool.
With Junk Wax in 91 and the production numbers, yeah, it's a needle.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. Compared to that era, that's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ray, let me
So,
ask you this, man. Watching your videos,
uh-huh.
you're on this Harmon Killer Brew run.
Hmm.
Like you said, you always like purchase like the rookie card and then you start
I
backwards.
know.
So here's my question. Do you only go with like PSA slabs for your collection for these player runs? And
Yeah.
secondly,
Oh, you do? Okay. I didn't
do
know
Yeah.
you
that.
have
Okay,
like a
cool.
certain number, like it has to be a certain grade for you to purchase that card?
Okay. As far as the company, yeah, I go with PSA because that's where the registry is located. It is in the PSA set registry. So if I want to belong to the set registry, yeah, it has to be a PSA card. And as far as the grade, I try and stick with what we call a collector grade. A collector grade is whatever that decade is, you use that number. So if it's a car from the 50s, it's a 5. A car from
Okay.
the 60s is a 6. A car from the 70s is a 7. And then above a collector's grade is an investor's grade. So it's usually investor grade is one higher.
Then
And
the next,
those would be what
Oh,
they call the
okay. I've heard
investor
that
grade.
before. Okay.
Right.
That's
So a car
interesting.
from the 70s, a collector grade would be a 7, and an investor grade is an 8. Investor grade is the one that they say has usually will have the biggest upside financially. Collector's grade is just a good card to get for a collector. Yes, it'll still go up, but maybe not as much as the investor grade, but it'll still, the investment grade could go more like this, where collector grade just does a nice steady, but it's a good card to get.
they have
It's
different price points of entry.
Yeah,
An investor grade of a 6 in the 50s
right.
versus a 5, dude, that's lots of money.
It's a lot,
Well,
especially in the 50s. Like for example, the Killebrew, I'm looking for his second year to 56, and uh, the VCP or the vintage car price book on a 6 is hundreds of dollars, and a 5 is I don't know, like 120.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's a lot
Night and
Yeah.
different.
day. Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said, big difference in affordability.
yeah.
Um, why Killebrew?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get a lot of the rookie Hall of Famer cards, post-war rookie Hall of Famer cards in their run,
Okay.
in their Topps basic run. Um, so for example, Musial, Duke Snyder, Richie Ashburn, or Cepeda, Ron Santo, Marichal. And Killebrew is like my 11th player run right now that I'm in. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun because the set registries that I'm involved with are like the 300 set or the post-war rookie set are very expensive sets. And uh, when I first started the 300 set, I was moving right along in the beginning because a lot of carts from the 90s were affordable and the 80s. But once I got past the 80s and getting into the 70s and 60s, like in the beginning, I was getting, 50 cards a year in the 90s and 50 from the 80s. And now it's like 4 cards a year. So I had to find something else to do. And
Right.
what to do was just player runs, which I really enjoy a lot to get the whole seeing that player, that Hall of Fame player from their rookie year to the last year. You see their stats each year and you see the growth of their career over their whole career is
That probably
pretty
explains
awesome.
why my 58 Cepeda rookie sold for like $325. I was like, wow, somebody in California jumped all over that. I'm like, I wish I would have kept it now. I'm like, whoa.
That's a nice card.
It is. I mean, the 58 top set is sweet. I love it.
Yeah.
And even the
Yeah.
59 is not bad, but 59 football will be better.
Yeah.
So I like that too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the whole 50s is just to me artwork.
Yeah.
Every year in the 50s is great. My favorite's 54, but I mean,
Okay.
there isn't a bad year in the entire decade. It's just a
Yeah.
great
Let me
decade.
ask you this. So are you a set collector by like not like non PSA? Do you have sets of the 50s and 60s like in boxes that you
Mm-mm.
collect or anything
No,
like that? Or
I've never collected sets.
okay.
I've been collecting since the mid 70s, and when I opened packs up, um, I was digging for the all-star players,
Okay.
and I had binders, and I would put all my all-star players in the binders, and then the common cards I put them in cigar boxes. Um, I was looking for in the 70s, I was looking for Mike Schmidt and Steve Garvey and
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Reggie Smith and Reggie Jackson and Dusty Baker and all the all-stars, and then your Tommy Huttons and Bobby Tolans and all the minor guys, I just put them in my cigar box. But I've always been a person that just collected the All Stars or the MVPs from the year before.
Where you get that Luis Asparicio and you're like, I don't know, is he a star or not? What box do I put him in?
Exactly.
He's
Yeah,
that borderline guy.
I don't, I can't, I've never gotten into the set collecting. It's just a lot of work. Either if I couldn't buy the whole set all at once, I don't have the patience to be putting together into binders. Like a lot of years have 700 cards in them, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I give it to those set collectors out there that's a real you're disciplined. You're
It's a
definitely
tedious love for cards. I mean,
yeah,
it's great. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. And kudos to them. I tried to do it a few years ago because a friend sent me um a bulk of 72s because
Ooh,
he had finished his 72s
I like the
and
Richie
he
Allen in that. That's a cool
yeah,
card.
it's a beautiful set.
It's a yeah.
And he sent me over 450 cards.
That's a
And I'm
good
like,
head start. Yeah.
I might as well finish this. Man, it took me a year just to finish the last 300 cards.
Yeah.
I'm learning all about, I mean, you really do learn about every card when you're doing set collecting. I
Yeah,
will say
I
that.
agree with that. I agree. I mean, Kelly, you know that from your football experience.
Yeah.
This
You
guy
learned about
just got him in the
variations.
mail. 1970.
Nice.
Last card I
Beautiful.
needed for my set, man, and yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, I agree with you, Ray. You get to know the ins and outs, and when it comes to like short prints or the high numbers, or hey, this is Series One cards, and therefore they might have the most wear and tear and handling of them, and
Right.
like
Yeah.
you really
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
know it.
that's
So.
true.
Yeah, when I was doing that 72 set, I didn't know there was color variations on the
Oh
team
wow.
logos. I had no idea. I was collecting everything. I can't remember the player's name, Billy Williams maybe or something. I don't know. And I saw on the list, the checklist, two cards for Billy Williams, and it was the same number. And one was yellow variation and yellow was green variation. I'm like, what are they talking about?
I did
And
not know that either.
didn't know that neither. And then was the
Wow.
logo for the team he was on. I think it was the Cubs, and you saw yellow
Yeah,
Cubs or
Cubs.
green
Yep.
Cubs. I'm like, I didn't. So when you're building a set, you really learn. I mean, that's why I say the set collectors out there, kudos, because it's a tremendous amount of patience and it's a lot of discipline, but you do learn a lot.
hmm
Definitely.
let me pick your brain on this, Ray. Was it Call to the Hall series?
Hmm.
Just watched the one on Kurt Flood, and I enjoyed that like tremendously.
Good player.
Thank you.
Like, what motivated you to do Call to the Hall, man? And like, is there an end game or an end goal to this like series? And what are you thinking, man?
It was just something I stumbled upon about. I've been doing it about 3 years. It was talking about players that aren't in the Hall of Fame that either A should be in the Hall of Fame or B could get in the Hall of Fame or might get in the Hall of Fame. It's like Fred Lynn, for example. We were
Yeah,
talking about
Fred Lynn.
Fred
Yeah,
Lynn's rookie
perfect
card. Guy had
example.
a very, very good career. And I look at some of the players that are in the Hall of Fame now and compared to guys who aren't in, and there's players who aren't in who have just as good of numbers,
Yeah.
if not better, in some certain instances. And it's just some of these guys are probably not going to get in. Most of them aren't, but it's just bringing attention to some really great players out there. I mean, a lot of people just gravitate to the rookie Hall of Famers, such as myself, but
Yeah.
it's to draw plenty. There was hey, check this guy out. Check out Fred Lynn. Check out Kurt Flood. Check out, Steve Garvey and all
Well,
these other
the
players.
I mean, the reason I read the back of cards is guys like Tim Wallach.
Yeah,
I mean, guys like that. I'm like, wow,
yeah,
this guy's impressive.
yeah.
I mean,
So I've done,
over like 8 years. I mean, you're like, that's not bad.
yeah. You said Moises Alou,
Yeah, perfect.
heck
Yeah,
of a player.
I thought he was
You know,
great. When I was a kid, I was like, why is this guy? I mean, he's amazing.
yeah. Some of the players that I did, Veda Pinson. There's some
Yes,
guys that I've done that I really believe should be in. Like Veda Pinson was one of them. Al Oliver was another one.
Al
He had
Oliver, great call. Is Bill Madlock in the Hall of Fame? I don't think he is.
No, he's not.
He's
I think
not.
he's a three-time batting champion in the 70s,
He was
and
amazing.
it was a
Yeah,
hitting machine.
yeah.
It's a perfect example. It's guys that are not in the Hall of Fame, but they're close. They're like on the cusp.
You could argue Dave Steeb, man, the '80 tops Blue
Yeah.
Jays, man. I mean, you could argue that too.
Dave Stewart, Dave
Yep.
Smoke Stewart was a great.
Oh, it's,
He had
yeah.
6 straight 20-win seasons. I mean,
Which, wow, I didn't realize that. That's amazing.
yeah. Yeah, so I love that series because it's real easy to just show a rookie Hall of Famer, but I want to show these other guys that were all-star players that were very close to being a Hall of Fame player, either because of an injury or their career was cut short, they just missed it, or some of these guys actually should be in. Like when I did Fred McGriff one year,
Yeah.
and he ended up getting in a year a year later.
Dude, you talk about Chet Lemon, Tim Raines. You talk
Yeah.
about these guys are like they were studs for a long time.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect example is Chet Lemon. Um, I'm trying to think who I have. Greg Nettles was one of my all-time
Yeah.
favorite players. I mean, I'm a huge Mike Schmidt fan, but I grew up watching Greg Nettles, and he had a awesome glove
Yeah.
and had a beautiful swing and has a tremendous amount of power. It was a great player.
What about Dave Concepcion?
Dave Concepcion is on my
Yeah.
list to do.
Yep. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, that guy, I was a Larry Bowa fan, and every
Yeah.
year Bowa got beat out at starting at shortstop in the All-Star game to Concepcion.
Yeah. Right.
My brother and I would flip out every year. We're like, God, that Concepcion's really good, man. Every year
He's
he's
always
starting.
there. What's the matter with him?
Spoiled.
Bowa
Dude,
got in
that
twice.
71 tops card of Larry Bow is pretty cool though. I gotta
Yeah,
admit. That's a cool card.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I like the series. It's bringing attention to all-star great players that aren't in the Hall of Fame that are just in the outside looking in. And like I said, some of them actually deserve to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Kirk Flood one definitely caught my eye based on his impact, and without him, no free agency. And that card that you showed, it's a beautiful 58. It's
Yeah,
really sweet looking card, and
yeah.
it
Thank you.
made me envious and go, man, maybe I should get one for my own collection. It's
Yeah.
And it was
really good.
affordable too. It was it
Yeah,
was it was under $100.
yeah.
It was affordable. And if they just let Marvin Miller in the Hall of Fame, because of all he did when he started a free agent, so I'm like, whoa, okay, I agree with that. Marvin Miller, he got free agency approved and got rid of that clause and the reserve clause. But if it wasn't for Kurt Flood, there wouldn't be no Marvin Miller, as far as
Right.
I'm concerned. So
It's funny you say Vada Pinson. I got to pull up my Vada Pinson rookie. I've got it in my collection.
nice card,
I have to
nice
get that thing
card.
graded. Just put it aside.
Yeah, nice
Patrick,
card.
you
And
be up there digging.
Oh, it's cool, man. It's a great card.
20, he's got like 2,500 hits. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing and it's pretty cool stuff. I mean, hey Kelly, didn't we honor like Tony Perez last week?
A couple of weeks back, yeah, Tony
Yeah.
Perez, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Tony Perez made the Hall of Fame. I could be wrong, but I mean, he's got to be on the cusp as well.
He's in.
Yeah,
Oh,
He's
he's in
yeah.
the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
Took him
one
a
of those guys
while.
that I've got to be like right there.
Yeah.
no, was it
He took
Veterans
him a while.
Committee, right?
Yeah, it took him a while, but
Okay, all
he
right,
did
good.
get in.
I'm not off then. Okay.
He
Well, what
was an
about
RBI
like Dale
machine.
Murphy? Dale Murphy. I mean, dude,
Oh,
there you go.
very good.
This
Dale
is modern era guys that we could talk about all night. I
Dale
love it.
Murphy. I did Steve Garvey. I did Dale Murphy. I did who was the guy? Paul Konerko.
Oh,
Who
Konerko, that
he was a
yeah.
great player in the 90s. Jim Edmonds, who I really love Jim Edmonds
With the
Yeah,
with the
Angels, yeah.
Cardinals. Oh my God, what a
Cardinals,
great
Cardinals,
fielder.
yeah.
Cardinals and Angels. Yeah, what a great
yeah, yeah,
fielder.
yeah,
Highlight machine he was. And could hit for power. I'm like, this guy, he's one that should be in. I mean,
yeah,
he was a great player.
yep.
So
Do
yeah,
you think that it's numbers that's like the be all end all for qualifying for the Hall, or are you thinking like the external influence or impact that that player might have had on the game itself or organizations? Whenever you mention a player like a Dale Murphy, for example, I mean he was the Braves for
right,
a good number of years.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, Dale Murphy is a great example. I mean, back-to-back MVPs,
Yep.
Mr. Clean, squeaky clean guy, great guy. Um, his no, he tailed off the last few years of his career, but I mean, I think the Hall of Fame is got to like look at him and say, they have to take that into consideration of, if it wasn't for injuries in the last 2, 3 years, he had bad knees
Yeah.
and he was he would have hit close to 500 homers, and you could just tell. To me, there's this new stat out there. I'm not real big on sabermetrics, but it's called JAWS, JAWS, and it's
Okay. Okay.
based on the player's 7 best years of their career. I mean, I know the Hall of Fame is looking for more of a
Longevity.
longer, like a 15, 18 great years, but it's hard, I mean, and I know the Hall of Fame should be hard, but I think guys like Don Mattingly,
Like,
who,
like, well, you talk about Chili Davis. I mean, you could throw him in
yeah,
the mix. I mean,
yeah, and I forgot the guy's name who played outfield with the Angels and the Tigers, who's on the ballot consistently right now, and he's at above 5%.
oh yeah, yeah. Not Dave Henderson, but
Toby or Torrey
yeah,
Hunter,
Torrey Hunter. Oh yeah, Torrey like the
fantastic player.
Twins.
Yeah, fantastic player. But the Hall of Fame, I think should really start to look at more instead of a length of career, look at 7, 8 years is and having great seven. I'm not talking about mediocre. Great 7 or 8 years should account for something. Like Don Mattingly didn't have 15 great years, but he had that 7, 8 year stretch where triple crown threat, MVP
Yeah,
winner, rookie of the year, leading the league in RBIs and average almost every year. And then the next 8 years were like down because of a back injury. So this stat, JAWS, is based on the player's 7 best uh, years of their career. It could be their first 7, could be years 3 to 10, whatever. And I think they're starting to look at that a little bit more. And Murphy is a prime candidate for that, such as Mattingly and some other players. Roger Maris, they had
yeah.
that
Oh yeah,
7, 8 year stretch.
Hmm.
So yeah,
yeah. Speaking of that, I mean, like Don Mattingly, can the '84 Donruss Don Mattingly crack the baseball card Hall of Fame?
it's in.
It's already in.
It's already in.
Okay, I didn't know that, so I
Yeah, it's already
apologize. I
in.
know
No,
that
that's
because that's
okay.
an iconic card right there.
Yeah, that started the rookie explosion, is that card to
Oh,
me.
it did. Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
because
man.
before
And the
84,
Henderson followed, I'm sure, and some of these other guys. Okay,
yep.
cool.
Yeah, because before 1984, when people were buying packs, they were just putting sets together or just like me, just putting their all-star players together. We weren't looking for rookie cards until one day I go into a store like in around 1986, and I seen Don Mattingly rookie cards in these big, thick, lucite holders that
Yeah.
looked like it could go through a car windshield. These things were so thick and
Bricks.
heavy. They were bricks. And I'm like, what's with this, this Mattingly card? Oh, it's the rookie card. Everyone's chasing the rookie card. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. And that's what started. It was the 84 Donruss Mattingly and then
Okay,
the
cool, man.
86
Was
Donruss
that your
Canseco.
2018? Was that your 2018 start or 2019? I mean,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. But yeah, Julio Franco, another guy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Long
talk
year,
this
long career. That's a long career. I think he played till 50.
Yeah.
dude, but dude, the guy hit like 300 for his career, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he was
Yeah.
a machine.
I'm surprised he didn't get the 3,000 hits. He played for like 30
I
years.
don't understand that either. I agree with you. Yeah,
The quick
right.
happening. Well, hey Ray, we're kind of up against it now.
Okay.
As we're winding down, certainly would like to do this again with you. I enjoy catching up with you, so
I
thank you so
appreciate it.
much. What else can we do to help you promote, your YouTube channel and your website and, your other endeavors?
Well, I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, just the word of mouth, really. Just telling people to check out the Hall of Fames. There's the Football Card Hall of Fame. There's been 3 years of that, and we just finished the 8th year of the Baseball Card Hall of Fame, and now I'm working on starting this year's going to be the first year for a Basketball Card Hall of Fame, and then eventually hockey, and then who knows after that, maybe boxing. I don't know, but it's fun, and
Foreign born players could
yeah,
you get
for
boom.
player.
Yeah, I never
Absolutely.
know, man.
Hey, you never know. It could be golf. I don't know.
The baseball card HOF.com,
Yes,
correct?
Okay.
www.thebaseballcardhof.com.
And your
Uh,
YouTube channel, which one's that?
Ray from Philly is the YouTube channel, all one word.
Okay.
And
Because Ray, I'm in
yeah,
Charlotte, so I could promote you like this is the different East Coast thing, South. It could be
yeah.
kind of cool, man.
And
So
the
we'll
cards
push
are
it
being
along.
up. The cards for this year's ballot that got inducted are getting put in this week because it
Okay.
shows up until 24, but 25 cards haven't been put in to the website yet, and that's being done this week. So
So you'll have an unveiling for that, correct?
yeah, definitely for that. And it's just a lot of fun. Like I said, the Hall of Fame in baseball cards just
Go
it's like
together, man. Peanut
peanut
butter
butter
and
and
jelly.
jelly, man. It just goes together.
I'm just happy the '67 Seaver made it. I voted for that one.
Everybody was. Everybody couldn't believe it took this long. I said, yeah, like,
The
but I did you
'68 looks
guys?
cool. The '67 is his rookie, though. Come on, let's go,
I
guys.
know. Did you guys like the video this year? I tried
I
to
loved
keep
it.
it the
Yeah.
same
Yeah, the
kind of
intro
theme.
is definitely, man.
Oh, who does the intro for you? Because I think the intro is really cool. I love that.
Me.
You do the whole
Yeah,
intro?
I did. I just, it's not hard at all. I mean, I just
That's
kind of
pretty
just,
cool.
you know,
Little
just
snip here, a little snip there.
yellow snip there, snip here. Nobody knows the difference. And it's yeah, I love the Hall of Fame. I've been there twice. I'm trying to make it a yearly visit up there. And if you guys haven't been there yet, I
Mm-mm.
I have
highly,
not. I have not yet, but I'm gonna
highly
take my kids up
recommend.
there for sure.
I want to move there. I want to live in Cooperstown. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that's how much I love it up there. It's a nice, small, quaint town. Beautiful, beautiful lake. Lake Osatogo or Asiego or something like that. Beautiful, beautiful. And the museum is incredible. I mean, you can go in 8 hours a day for weeks and still miss things.
Wow.
And the
Cool, man.
stores are incredible. Like Yastrzemski's, Mickey's Place.
I'm
It's
excited.
it's
I'm
really like
excited to hear
heaven
that.
on earth when you walk down Main Street.
I'd say,
It
Ray,
really
keep
is.
us in the loop on that when you
Oh
get
yeah,
there and take some pictures and throw it out there on a YouTube and
absolutely.
Facebook and yeah, let's get the word out. And again, thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you
man.
so
Thank
much.
you, bud.
I
Appreciate it.
appreciate you guys. Thank you
I
very
love
much.
talking this old vintage, so it's great. It's awesome.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Well, guys, that's a wrap, man. We'll definitely catch you on the next one.
See you guys.
There.
Take care.
Stay